streets of Melrose Park to the trading floor of the Merc. He's fought for every dollar he's ever earned. And now, with personal liberty and our system of capitalism under assault in America, he's here to seize back our rights from the government. With a cigar in one hand and a copy of the Declaration of Independence in the other, he's Sean Thompson. And this is the Sean Thompson Show.
Some folks are born made to wave the flag. Ooh, they're red, white, and blue.
Highest quality of life, richest country with the richest citizens. Even our degenerates live better than the middle class around the world. But so many people had an opportunity to become really rich. Did you know this, Squirrel? We're the ones that started the whole concept of private financing, speculating, stocks, Wall Street. You know who came up with it? Everyone says Americans, but specifically the Dutch. Wicked smart, the Dutch. My next guest happens to be a descendant of the Dutch. I know that. I watched him trade for many, many years. He's host of the Cow Guy Close on RFD TV, adjunct professor of finance at DePaul for a little time, where he was motivated to educate kids right up until this fact he saw he couldn't educate them. No, I'm kidding. Until he saw his paycheck. He now is a TV contributor on Fox News, CNBC, BBC, all around the guy. When you see him, you recognize him. He's the Cow Guy. Scott Shellady. How are you, sexy?
Good afternoon, sir. Great to be on with you.
It's fascinating to watch what is happening in the markets, right? I mean, no matter how much the Democrats try to undermine the economy of reprivatization, it seems to be succeeding. Massive rebounds. The market is great. Things are looking upward. But then I saw something with Walmart. And when we talk about Walmart, I don't think people understand. Walmart has a GDP itself that is 3 times bigger than Ukraine. In fact, it's even bigger than London's GDP. Walmart's GDP is $713.2 billion last year. So when they decide to do something, no matter what it is, it's important, right?
Absolutely. They're probably the only competitor, the only real competitor to Amazon.
And when you realize that were very big footprint in stores that people could go to, I can't help but notice how they're closing all throughout California, and New York, and New Jersey, and Illinois, Chicago. It's amazing, but they're opening up in better run areas. So they can adjust on the fly, even when it's good news or bad news. So tell me a little bit about what's going on with their digital price tag. What is that all about?
Well, I did a story about that today, and it was pretty interesting. So what it is, this digital price tag is they figured out that it's kind of surge pricing with Uber, right? If a lot of people are starting to buy one particular item, they can start adjusting the price upwards. Or if they can't move something, they move the price downwards. It gets a little bit difficult. Say if you pull something off the shelf for $8.99, by the time you get up to the register, it's $9.14. I'm sure that's going to be a problem. However, I did the story today because they're going to save a ton of money. Instead of sending people out throughout the store to redo those plastic price tags, they have to pull out and put back in. And number 2 is they can make sure that across all of their products, across all of their stores, they're pretty much in sync with pricing. You won't be able to find something at a different price in a different store. So I did it with a guy that I've known for a long time. He's a financier. He's in the movie business. He's got a lot of hotels. And he told me, basically, without telling me, was that I'm late to the party, and Walmart might be late to the party too, because you don't realize it, but anything you buy online is subject to digital price maneuvers. They'll start to raise. You've seen it when you buy your airfare. He also says he's got some hotels. If they didn't have that price tool, his hotels would have to close. It's that integral to his business plan. So if you go to Amazon, if Amazon sees something moving more than others, it will slowly but surely raise the price on that. You just can't sit around all day long and stare at it and watch the price go up or down. So in the end, it kind of sounds like Walmart is so big, but they're kind of late to the game. Now, we did see this last year. Some fast food restaurants tried to do it, and there was such backlash from their customers about, I can't get my burger for the same price at noon that I can at, say, 10 in the morning. They dropped it. But it's interesting to see that now Walmart's picking this up, and they're going to put it through. And this guy basically told me that he thinks Walmart might just be late to the party. A lot of other industries do it. You just don't know it.
Well, the funny thing, too, is when you look at how they've adjusted by just leaving areas that make it very onerous and, if not impossible, to be in business, right? They leave these areas that try to take over the principles of ownership and the idea that they are subjected to these imbecile Democrats in Democrat-run areas telling them what they have to pay their people. Did you think they were just going to take it? You know, this is a fascinating thing to watch when you look at the entire West Coast, whether you go from Washington to Oregon to California. And what I like about it is they should suffer. There should not be this convenience of having the free market or market principles. I think this is also great for people who live in better run states. So maybe whatever you buy in Walmart in Tennessee, I guarantee you it's going to be less than a Walmart that's still operating in Illinois, and it should be. Why should they eat the cost and the expense of moron politicians that destroy the quality of life? Pass it on, right?
Well, I got two words for you: Charles Darwin. That's what's going to happen to all the. That's what's going to happen to all of this garbage, because you know when they talk about these food deserts, when you can't get anything, you can't get a grocery store in some of these bad neighborhoods or these Democrat places that are around the country. Well, you know, and there's a reason why nobody opens up a shop there. So, I mean, you got to figure out your policies, figure out crime, figure out no cash bail. And then once you get that all sorted out, I guarantee you Walmart will put their stakes down. But until that happens, why waste your time?
Well, what we're really talking about is the beauty of capitalism in general. It's economic secession, right? It's economic secession. I don't have to give you anything. I don't have to take it on the chin. I don't have to pay your slots, whatever you tell me I got to pay them. How about this? Right here, which is what I'd really like to name the site that handles all the pricing around the country. Right here. Because if you live in a Democrat area, pay up, scumbag. What do you think? Too harsh?
Well, I mean, that's already been proven to be the case. Inflation in Democrat-run blue areas is higher than it is in red areas. That's for sure around the country.
Yeah, right. I'm still trying to figure out the math on 1-800 right here. Anyway, it's probably not going to be a good idea. But what else about now coffee as the new cocoa? Explain this headline to me. Why is coffee the new cocoa? Chocolate?
Well, I mean, cocoa exploded last year, and it's now come back down to earth. And, you know, that's something about commodities. People don't realize it's not like a bond. It's not like a stock, right? Bonds,
like they
don't issue that. Yeah, but we regrow corn every year, right? So how far, out of your skis can you go long corn before there's another crop coming down the pike, right? So that's the problem with some of these commodities. They have these real big short-term price spikes when it comes to things we grow, not exactly oil or gold, but things we grow. And we grow coffee and we grow cocoa. Last year it was cocoa's turn. It exploded.
Oh, did we lose you? Scott the Cow Guy Shellady? Oh, they probably kidnapped him. Big guy, are you there? Oh, he may be in the back of a van with a bag over his head right now. You can't give this kind of... There he is. Whew, I got nervous. I thought the NSA got you. Are you there?
I don't know. I don't know what happened. So anyway, but the coffee and cocoa. Cocoa last year exploded. Coffee looks like it was. You know, it's going to do the same. We're at some key levels, but what we were doing is just trying to warn people that trade commodities. Be careful about getting too far over your skis, because we regrow this stuff every year. It's not like there's not enough of it out there. So the commodity markets, by their main trade, were meant to be sold. That's what they're there for. They're meant to be sold. But sometimes people get crazy and think that these things are going to go to the moon. And you know what? Trees don't grow to the sky. That's what they say.
Well, one of the fascinating things to watch, too, is the war, as it's called. It's really more of an ass-kicking taking place in Iran and the Straits of Hormuz. Did you see how now they've been letting ships go, but they have to bribe Iran's government with millions of dollars, $2 million a ship, to let them pass through the... And what I love, though, is what could have happened during this for the benefit of Americans. I'm shocked at how he didn't practice protectionism and shut down our export. Well, we could stabilize American prices. I thought he was also going to use the opportunity to not only get rid of regulations, which he did in some cases, but to also get rid of ethanol. I really thought this was going to be a game changer with Christopher Wright, and with the kind of tendency to be protectionist. He was going to say, now there are no ethanol requirements. It's all over with. Or are we just too married to that to ever see any kind of rescue from that fraud science/gas thing that it is?
Well, they just opened up ethanol for the summertime, which they don't usually do. So that's an effort to try to, ease these gas prices going into the midterm. So E15, they put a waiver on it, will now be sold this summer. So that is something that came out today as you speak. So we'll see if that does anything. But I'm sure that's in an effort to try to bring these gas prices down, because he's on the shot clock. You know, he has to get this war over with. He has to get the straits opened up, and he needs to get oil flowing. And he needs to do that sooner rather than later, because he can't solve this problem in October and think that he's going to be successful in November.